Hi. So last night I did this big event at Tate. I think a few thousand people would have listened to it globally. One of my followers in Brazil followed it. It's a sense of disconnect you feel, and it's Saturday, and everyone's in coronavirus lockdown. I don't think you could find a single person to just talk to. It's the strange disconnect that I often felt in big cities. I remember the second time I went to New York, and I had lots of friends in New York, and I wasn't as newsworthy as anymore. Like, there was a time I could walk into Democracy Now! Office and have an interview with Amy Goodman, and there were loads of academics and writers interested in what I did. And then that sort of slumps when, like, you're no longer a newsworthy thing, and those academics who support you just disappear. And but the nature of New York life was like you'd have friends who'd live on the same road, and I'd have to schedule just having like a cup of tea or something. And people are so scheduled like that. I just found my life feeling quite sickening. So when I went back to art in my mid 20s, when I went to university, I was 24 years old. I went as a mature student and attempted suicide when I was 17, and I did nothing much of my life apart from look after my nephew since he was one. And I just thought my life was over. But when I went to Central St Martin's, I did an fine art degree, and I excelled. I got like a first. I used to get 90%. I met this wonderful Irish woman who's my university tutor, named Anne Talentine. I think she's in her 70s now, but represented Island of the Venice Biennale. But it was very rehabilitative. Like, firstly, the sense of purpose and self-esteem, and this knowledge base I had some sort of use, and it was totally rehabilitative. The nature of the art school timetable suited me as like a manic depressive who had enthusiasms, and I could help others. I'd helped a lot of the Japanese students who were my friends and had the same taste in music as me. I went to all tomorrow's parties and I saw Sonic Youth and Iggy Pop and the Stooges with one of these Japanese friends. And then the first year of university, my house was raided and my brother was arrested and detained without trial. Actually, Anne Talentire had said she experienced the same thing as an Irish woman in the 70s, and she had quite a lot of solidarity in that first year. But anyway, my wider point was the rehabilitative factor of returning and thinking of one yourself as an artist. But then leaving art school 2008 when I graduated, there's economic status and precariety of art world which is extremely unhealthy. You don't know what you're earning from month to month, and that's still your case when you're in your late 30s. I mean, I've never been in debt. I've never had an addiction. Um, these days, I get too much demand for what I do. Several biennials have contacted me. The Netherlands. It's often like I'm still doing this thing for Ljubljana Biennial next year. I've got a solo exhibition because I won the grand prize, and it's cool. A lot of it's cool. Like, the magazines have an interest in me and stuff, but there's no like, when does your leisure time end? When's your weekend? Like, the whole notion of regulated rest and the divide between work and leisure that most people have just doesn't actually exist. Everything can be work. It's very unhealthy. The other thing that's unhealthy is this overdose of administration. You become like this. All I do is admin, like emails, like the Warsaw Biennale want me to fill out this thing, just fill all these contracts. I have to do a legal contract with a film director wants to get TV rights to the book. That's all I do. The legal contractual. I know these things need to be done. It's just I don't know if there's such thing as overdosing or having like a sickness of like invoice admin contract. Like I've experienced that. I feel sick. Like I have like backlogs of this shit. Exhibitions. Even I haven't claimed on my pay from Goldsmiths and Royal College. I don't know what creative activity I actually do apart from administration. I don't think I could do this forever. Like the only point at which I give up art projects is when I just feel sick. Like I reach a breaking point. It's really not a life to like. I don't know if this thing could ever be regulated. Could you imagine like if you rewrote like Van Gogh's life and there was some means to make him like a stable financial person, like via trade union movement or something? It's like what I do is I have a sense of inspired mission about something and then I just give everything to it. That's just reflecting that after doing big events, just back to your own sense of aloneness. I'm just talking to a phone. All that video was for Tate Modern. It was a sort of I have someone in Slovenia I sort of stay in touch with, mostly via video message. I feel like it was just like another version of that. I got really good feedback for it from total strangers who said they related to it and felt articulated their experiences, and then the sort of Muslim element of people like Abbas, who's really rising as an artist now. It's like, oh, you smashed it, bro. It's like you got Guantanamo in there and Palestine and Kashmir in one clip at Tate, and I found the other stuff quite superficial in the way they talked about inclusion, but it was just too shiny and polished and let's all be positive. It was all very I don't know. I wish I was back in Slovenia. It's healthy there, it's safe. You could just roam so freely. I went from the safest place in Europe to the most dangerous place and I'm stuck here. The residency in Netherlands has been cancelled. I still feel a bit scared about travelling to Warsaw. I think I'm most scared of infecting my parents. That's my biggest fear, really. My dad's 81, my mum's 75, so if I infect them, like, you don't want to live with the trauma of killing your own parents through viral infection. The way the airport was, it's like there's no pandemic. It was just amazing compared to the way Slovenia handled the situation. Future so uncertain. I'll be someone who connects with this. It's that phrase in Charles Bukowski's poetry, alone with everyone.